Hello guys, in this video we are going to see the conjunctivitis, especially the bacterial conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis is nothing but the inflammation of the conjunctiva guys, which is characterized by the conjunctival hyperemia with a discharge which may be watery, mucoid, mucopurulent or purulent guys. You can see in this picture, you can see the hyperemia of this is nothing but the congestion, and you can see the discharge, nothing but of discharge. This picture I have taken from the acute bacterial conjunctivitis guys. Okay, first you can see the type of conjunctivitis. It may be first infective conjunctivitis, allergic conjunctivitis, and there will be psychiatric conjunctivitis. In infective conjunctivitis there are different types like bacterial, viral. A special type of bacterial is a chlamydial, where you can study about the trachoma, and there will be a special ophthalmia neonatorum, and there will be granulomatous conjunctivitis, so chronic infection. Okay guys, in bacterial there will be acute bacterial, hyperacute bacterial. It is very sudden onset, and there will be chronic bacterial conjunctivitis and angular bacterial conjunctivitis. In this video we are going to be discussing these four types. Okay guys, then there will be chlamydial, where you can see the trachoma. Then viral conjunctivitis, it's more common is adenovirus conjunctivitis. Then there will be enterovirus conjunctivitis, then molluscum contagiosum, then herpes simplex. Okay guys, we can see the rest of topic in the next topics. Okay guys, see, in bacterial there will be congestion will be morbid. The discharge is very important guys. In bacterial it will be purulent or mucopurulent, whereas in viral it is watery. This chlamydial is also a bacterial type, so there you can find mucopurulent discharge guys. Okay, the most common causative organism for bacterial conjunctivitis are, most common organism is Staph aureus, then Staphylococcus epidermidis. Little bit we can discuss microbials here also guys. Streptococcus pneumococcal, group A Streptococcus pyogenes. Okay guys, these are the four major types. Then other types like Haemophilus influenzae, Moraxella lacuната, Moraxella axenfield, Pseudomonas pyocynae, then Neisseria gonorrhea, Neisseria meningitis. Both will causes conjunctivitis, but the gonorrhea conjunctivitis is the more drastic condition, but it's not found nowadays guys. Then you can find the Corynebacterium diphtheria guys. Okay, and the mode of infection is spread through fomites, vector transmission or airborne. Local spread also there. Pathology will be vascular response will be there, cellular response will be there, conjunctival cells become edematous. There will be a discharge is very important in conjunctivitis guys. Okay, and then type of bacterial, as I said, acute, hyperacute, chronic and angular bacterial conjunctivitis. In acute bacterial conjunctivitis, as I said earlier, there will be hyperemia and mucopurulent discharge. Here it is, you need to see mucopurulent discharge. Okay guys, this is another picture of acute bacterial conjunctivitis, but there will be some discharge. Okay guys, causative organism is most common Staph aureus, you can write it everywhere. Then Corynebacterium diphtheria, Streptococcus pneumoniae and Streptococcus pyogenes. The symptoms will be, as you see guys, when there is a discharge or something in front of your eyes, it will cause slight blurring of vision due to mucus flakes. There will be mucopurulent discharge. It will cause also discomfort or foreign body grittiness. As it's obstructing in the cornea, it will cause colored halos due to prism. Think of a prism guys, how it's obstructing your view. Then this some discharge will cause a sticky to one another lid margins with it, with other, both lid margins will stick together, so it will cause slight discomfort guys. Okay, then there will be redness of sudden onset in everything. Hyperemia will be there, or redness of sudden onset. Then when we go to signs, it will be elicited by the doctors as us. You can see the conjunctival congestion, then chemosis, swelling of the conjunctiva, then eyelids will always swell and edematous, then flakes of mucopus in the margin and angle. mm, Clinical course, both it is bilateral, but one eye may be affected for 1 to 2 days before, then can spread to other guys. Treatment should be initiated immediately. Okay guys, complications will be, it may cause the infection of the lid, causing blepharitis. It may cause holes in the cornea by creating superficial punctate epitheliopathy. It can also cause marginal corneal ulceration, superficial keratitis and acrocitosis of the lacrimal sac. Treatment is topical antibiotics, chloramphenicol, gentamicin, tobramycin. If it does not respond, you can give fluoroquinolones like ciprofloxacin, ofloxacin, gatifloxacin, moxifloxacin. Warm saline water need to be given. Rinse everywhere. Door gurgle should be used if pain not substituted as analgesic or anti-inflammatory. Then we can go into the next step, guys. That is the hyperacute bacterial conjunctivitis. It is also known as acute purulent conjunctivitis. Okay, guys. Here note you can see one note purulent. Now you can understand with an image, guys. See, this is purulent discharge. How see it's very hyperacute onset, so it got the name hyperacute. Predominantly in males, guys. It is due to gonococcus. As I said, gonococcal conjunctivitis. It's the most important feature. Gonococcus. As it spread from genitals to eye or directly to eye. Okay, guys. In adult it causes adult purulent conjunctivitis. In neonates it's different. Ophthalmia and involuntary. It's in newborn it spreads through the during delivery, case. Symptoms include pain. It's full drastic pain will be there. Then as I said, purulent discharge, swelling of eyelids will be there. Okay, guys. You can use the same picture here just to illustrate the signs. Eyelids tense and swollen, tenderness of the eyelids, guys. Then thick purulent discharge trickling down the cheek, guys. Okay, you can notice the formation of pseudo membrane above the conjunctiva. There will be congestion, guys. As I said, in conjunctivitis there will be definitely congestion. Right, it can be seen as red velvety mucosa. The lymph nodes will be tender and swollen, guys. Complication: this gonococcal infection may present with complications like also present with gonococcal arthritis, endocarditis, septicemia, guys. It can go enter the cornea causing corneal ulceration. It can further enter into iris causing iridocyclitis. The treatment will also here is systemic therapy, guys. Nothing to if definitely topical will not work out, so we can go further systemic therapy to treat the other conditions like arthritis. Other conditions, cephalosporins we are giving, cefusidim, ceftriaxone is a very important one. Fluoroquinolones, norfloxacin is an important one. Okay, guys. The diagnosis of NAD test, nucleic acid application test, all the above. Okay, guys. Then topical nurse giving ofloxacin, topical atropine. Okay, guys. Irrigation the general measures. Then we came to the chronic bacterial or chronic catarrhal conjunctivitis, guys. Catarrhal means the superposed layer or inflammation of the mucous layer. Okay, guys. Predisposing factors include dust, chronic some disturbances in due to dust, smoke, irritants, or due to some inflammation of the eyelids, eyelashes, trichiasis, eye strain due to more higher refractive error, eye strain causing, or metabolic disorders or increased alcohol intake causing this chronic bacterial conjunctivitis, guys. Okay, the cause to organism also is there. Staphylococcus aureus is the most common cause, said everywhere. Gram negative rods like E. coli, see, guys, gram negative rods came into action here. E. coli, Klebsiella pneumonia, Proteus mirabilis, Moraxella laconata. These are called as enterobacteria, everything except Moraxella laconata. Source of infection also it can be due to from acute mucopurulent conjunctivitis, guys. See, guys, source of infection: any exogenous infection spreading to the eye, or chronic dacryocytosis of this occurring the inflammation of the lacrimal sac which goes into the eye, or rhinase going into the eye, or upper respiratory catarrhal infection going into the eye, guys. These are the source and mode of source of infection, guys. The symptoms include, see, this is the mucoid discharge, guys. Watery mostly. First we seen the acute type where you can see the mucopurulent discharge. Then here we have seen the purulent discharge. The last in the chronic stage you can see the mucoid discharge, which is a differential diagnosis for the diagnosis of conjunctivitis, guys. See, other symptoms include difficulty in keeping eyes open due to this discharge, guys. They feel sleepiness, guys, due to closure of eyes, guys. Excess watering will be there, and there will be burning and grittiness, guys. You need to know that chronic condition causes burning and grittiness. There will be chronic redness, not acute or hyperacute. It will be chronic redness, guys. Then when we go into the signs, there will be sticky look of surface. This eye will tend to be looking sticky, or sleepy or closey, lid margins or congested, the conjunctiva is congested, then the mild papillary hypertrophy of palpable conjunctiva will be hypertrophied. See, lid margin hypertrophied, this conjunctiva hypertrophied, conjunctiva is congested, lid margin is congested. Then when you came to the treatment will be topical antibiotics, chloramphenicol, tobramycin, gentamicin, as seen in the acute condition, guys. We need to give it 3 to 4 times a day. And the last condition is the angular bacterial conjunctivitis, which is a form of a chronic conjunctivitis, which is inflammation confined to the conjunctiva and lid margin near the angle, guys. Okay, the pathology is different here. We need to study that. Okay, before that we see the etiology, guys. It is due to the Moraxella axon field. Okay, Moraxella axon field, which is diplobacilli. Okay, and also the Staphylococcus aureus comes here. Is the infection is from nasal cavity, guys. Usually pathology and the Moraxella axon field, it produces proteolytic enzymes. When the tear normally the tear will be present in that. When the eyelid close and open, the tear spreads everywhere, so this tear will pulls the protein enzymes towards the angle. So it causes this protein enzyme causes maceration of conjunctiva, lid margins, skin, and angle of eye. This maceration causes vascular and cellular response followed by eczematous changes. Okay, guys, so this causes the angular conjunctivitis. When we came to see the symptoms, it causes redness at the angle of eyes, guys, due to the presence of enzymes at the angles. Then it causes a dirty white foamy discharge. See, guys, bacterial conjunctivitis should definitely produce a discharge. Conjunctivitis should definitely produce a discharge. Other symptoms like irritation, burning sensation, then feeling of discomfort will be there. Then the signs like hyperemia of bulbar conjunctiva, guys, only bulbar. Okay, then hyperemia of lid margin, then foamy mucopurulent discharge, then excoriation of the skin outside, guys, outside the angular conjunctiva. Then the complication include can spread to the eyelid, blepharitis. Then marginal can spread to the cornea, marginal cataract corneal ulcer. Treatment include prophylaxis if we should treat the associated nasal infection. Then the curative treatment is the oxytetracycline ointment, tetracycline, or zinc lotion to reduce the maceration, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned. Thanks, guys.